Ryan, I just wanted to ask you about the success in the second of back-to-backs. To what do you attribute it
Um, I think a lot of the time, the second game, you just kind of simplify your game. And usually you have energy to start the game. Obviously, you're a little bit more tired as the game goes on, but I think early in games, you have that life, you have that energy. And for us, at least, we've just learned to keep things simple and put pucks in and just kind of establish our forecheck and create things that way. And usually, at least, good things, and we have success doing that.
Ryan? Typically, other teams are so deferential talking about other teams. They're very careful what to say, what not to say. But as part of becoming an elite team, beating the teams you're supposed to beat.
Yeah, we want to take as many points as from teams that aren't in the playoff picture as we possibly can. But I mean, at the same time, everybody that we're playing this year is in our division. So I mean, really this year it's a lot different than usual. So we got to learn to take points and be able to take points from every team.
Eric Van Diest, Post Media.
Hey Ryan, just want to ask you about moving back to center, and I guess what kind of adjustment that's been for you in the last few games.
Yeah, I think past couple of games I've felt a little more comfortable back playing there. Yeah, it's I caught myself a few times just kind of coming back to the wing and floating back, but you really gotta make sure that you're sharp and coming back. Try to be the first man back a lot of the time, and yeah, so it's you're a little bit more engaged. It really gets you into the game a little bit more and less stops and starts and stuff like that. But overall, I think I'm starting to feel good at center again.
And Dave Tippett talked about keeping Leon and Connor together would depend on how the other lines are doing, I guess, more so than how they're playing together. How do you feel your line is kind of doing now that you've got a chance to play together for a few games?
Well, I think the last two games, we've definitely started to click a little bit better. At the end of the game, the second game against Ottawa, I thought we really started to find each other better and got some opportunities to go out there in the second, third period and create some good chances. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything that game, but I mean, last night we got the one, and we still had some other looks that we could have got some more. So I mean, it's definitely, I think we're starting to find figure each other out a little bit more and find that chemistry as a line. And yeah, obviously we got to keep that going, but and produce when we can, but obviously not give up anything defensively either.
Rob Chichkowski, Post Media.
Hey Ryan, I know the negotiations are something that would happen between your agent and the GM, so you sort of keep out of it for the most part. But every player wants to know what his future is going to be. How do you compartmentalize that as a player and just focus on hockey when you're not really sure where you're going to be playing next year?
Well, I mean, this year we're playing every second day. We're either playing or practicing usually, so it's a lot easier to just strictly focus on hockey. Obviously, it's there in the back of my mind a little bit, but for the most part, I've been able to just kind of focus on the game and make sure that I'm trying to play my best every night and not worrying about the outside stuff going on.
Does it? You say it's in the back of your mind. Does it weigh on you a little bit? I mean, you have a long storied history in Edmonton, and you've made mention many times that you would want to stay here. So, just how does it weigh on you, knowing that there's still that to be ironed out?
I mean, it's like I said, it's and you kind of said it. You got to compartmentalize it. You got to find a way to just kind of put it aside right now. And this is my 10th year here, and the goal is always to stay in Edmonton. And I mean, I've loved my time here so far. So it's nothing but good things from here. But yeah, I mean, I just obviously have to focus on my game right now. Games are coming in every second day. We have a tough couple 2-3 weeks coming up here, a couple of big road trips, important road trips. So obviously that's my main focus, and that's what I'm going to be dialed in on coming down here.
Sure. You guys are 15-5 or something in your last 20, which is pretty significant pace, and it's even up from last season when you guys were a very good team in the regular season. What are the differences? Like what is making you guys an elite team in this league?
I think the consistency in our game is at a new level right now. We know what we're getting night in, night out, and I think that's so important. I think when we went on that run before playing Toronto, I think it was just we were the same team every night, and everybody knows what everybody else is doing. Everybody has trust in each other, and I mean, we've been a good team in the past, and then we kind of let it fall off and had a couple tough games and let it slide a little bit. But I think this year, if it hasn't been our best game, which I mean, it happens to every team in the league, you got to find a way to grab it as quick as you can, and I think we've done a good job of doing that this year.